Hello everybody, this is a new series where I go over I do a deep dive of the anatomy and the realism of monsters, mainly from, like Monster Hunter. For this one I have REY DAU from Monster Hunter Wilds, Flying Wyvern. So what I have here, I've made like a really big, if I can just put this on camera, it's quite hard. But I might have to move this, as you can see. It is a really big field guide, and it is filled with different monsters. At the end, I'll show you all the different monsters that I have and see which ones you want me to go over after this video, as this will be episode 1. So I'm not going to waste any more time, so let's get through with this deep dive on REY DAU. So REY DAU is a low-flying wyvern, as the reason I say low-flying is because you never see it very high in the sky, and it has the alula, what is this part here. I've also got a diagram right there, where you can see all this blue is a fulgurite. Fulgurite is when the sand gets electrocuted and makes a big chemical reaction that creates this blue, like crystal almost, sort of substance. The only reason it may have this fulgurite that it electrocutes to its alulas is, the only reason would be probably defense, as it would take more to get through to their skin, and as you can see in combat it uses it to attack, where it would slam to the ground and basically get hit by it. Now I've moved over to this chunk of the field guide. As you can see, it highlights this sort of organ sac that you can find on electric eels, and it runs from here all the way to its head, where it would narrow down and be more precise with its electrical attack, and then you can see the fulgurite there. Now you can actually see this organ sac right there. I've taken a photo of this in-game. So you can see the organ sac that leads up to its head. Now this organ sac would help the electricity run from its body through here to its head, where it can fire off almost like laser, like electrical shocks. Now moving away from that area up to here, you can see I have all the elemental charts for it, so you can see all what's weak to and where it's weak to them. So you can see head, torso, wings, legs and tail. You've also got this organ sac right there as well, with the head, as this one's now outwards compared to over here where it's closed. You've also got the tail here when it's sliced off, and the bottom jaw there. You can see these parts here would be this little part there, and you see the teeth and then the mouth there. You can also see the bone structure of their alula, or the wings, as this part here would be the alula and this would be the wing part, what would be right there. And then you'll want to see where the digits are for the feet there. I'll show you like the big sort of picture for all of this. You can see there's lots of writing, and there's many more pages in this book I can go through. When REY DAU's wings or tail touches the ground while charged, it causes a reaction that produces a mantle of fulgurite. Not only does this widen the appendages that attack, but it also increases the monster's charging capacity. What you can see here is all the spikes on it go in one direction, so then the energy can travel through these, as you can see there, through there, and down there. So then when it's getting ready to charge its attack, you can take electricity from the tail and shoot it from the tail all the way to the head. As you can see, the path of it would come through here. You can see the electricity coming from the tip of the tail. It would come down here, all throughout here, and then it would funnel down into there. You can also see that tail here is blue. Same with the Alula, as they'll be covered in fulgurite from the electricity bouncing off their tails and wings. You can actually see REY DAU using its wings, or the Alulas on its wings, that are covered in fulgurite. This is how it would attack, as it would fly low level above its victims and just drag its Alulas across the sand, and it wouldn't care about damaging them, as it would just be the fulgurite snapping off them. I've just gotten a better view of it. You can see the electricity would spark off them and it would scrape them along the floor, like what it's doing now. You can very clearly right here see that when it shoots its laser like that, the organs, they prop up like that. You can see that one right there. They shoot out like that. Then you can also see the electricity even coming from the tail round here all the way through until it reaches its final destination. After breaking its head, you can see there's 3 little blue organs there through its horns. You can see this would be the head, like the snout part. You've got the horn, and then you've got these 3, they're almost like the same organ as over here. This could be how it can store electricity in its horns and then later fire them out. In conclusion, REY DAU is an amazing apex predator for the Windward Plains, and it's just flipping awesome. Let me know what other monsters you want me to cover. I am doing other monsters other than Monster in the Wilds. It's just, I really wanted to cover REY DAU straight away. But I'll see you in the next one. Also, I did say I'd go over the other ones, so I'll just make a quick run through. Okay, bye.